Hari Om Satchitananda Sri Vishnuve Namaha Sri Krishnaya Namaha Vasudevaya Namaha Jagadguru Sri Krishnaya Namaha Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Devadvijaguru Pragna Pujanam Devadvijaguru Pragna Pujanam Shauchamarjavam Brahmacharyamahimsa cha Sharire tapamuchyate Brahmacharyamahimsa cha Shariram tapamuchyate In this divine production, I would like to further add some more salient features of internal pranayam, the panacea to all the maladies of human life, all the diseases that we suffer, because all our energy through all our senses, that navarandras, we escape the energy that we have within our body in the form that is not utilized by human beings as apanam. We need to reclaim, recover, retap into it so that we can realize our own true nature as the soul energy within our Bhrukuti, right here in the Agna Chakra, in the third eye chakra, and eventually realize that Mahabharata, the great conflagration, the great illumination, that great Tejas in which Paramatman resides within your own body. You don't need to go on a pilgrimage, taking a dip in holy waters to wash off your sins. Right here, with your own body, within your body, you need to cleanse your body, mind, and speech. Trikarana Shuddhi, 3 ways of Saucham, that cleanliness one needs to practice sternly so that you adapt that discipline of cleanliness and eventually realize your true self as the soul energy, but not the body though. If you if your ego identifies yourself as the body, then you externalize all your energy, only material minded. You have turned your back to the God. You need to turn 180 degrees to face Him face to face so that you prove that you are part and parcel of that supreme soul residing within your Sahasrara chakra at the top of your head. Then how do you do this? In order to worship Him, worship a Brahman, worship a spiritual master, and your elderly parents, whoever worthy of worshipping, you need to cleanse your body, mind, and speech. That is only the way that you can finally be in union with Paramatman within your own body without going on a pilgrimage, visiting various temples, deities, taking dips in the holy waters. You can avoid all those things. I am not discouraging anybody not to go on external pilgrimages. You can if you would like. But what I'm trying to say is everything is within your own body for you to realize your true nature. Make use of the potential energy within you deposited in dormancy in the Muladhara chakra, that that basal chakra right here at the anal region, right above, you have Swadhisthana chakra, the second one. Third one, you have Manipura chakra. And the fourth one, right here, you have the love chakra, the heart chakra, Anahata chakra. And the fifth one, right here, as Vishuddha chakra for expression purpose. This is Anahata for blood circulatory system. And here, digestive system. And there, your excretory system or reproductive system. And the Muladhara chakra is the one that keeps you anchored a solid surface, this Prithvi. You establish yourself as human being first with great confidence. Then you do use all your systems for procreation, for excretion, for digestion, for blood circulation, for breathing, respiratory system, expression system, and then realizing system right here in the Agna chakra, in the Bhrukuti, and then finally reaching the seventh rung of the ladder in your own body. That is Mahabharata, the great illumination. That is your main goal as a human being. Make use of this opportunity, being born as a human being on this planet. Even Devatas, in charge of administering the world to us, they crave to be born as human beings to realize the God themselves. So please do make use of this opportunity. Think this is only the opportunity that you have. Otherwise, if you miss this, of course, you will have other chances if you are born as a human being again, according to your karmic reactions. So, in this session, let, let's introduce some of the energy calculations that we need in order to reach, in order to realize yourself as the soul energy and realize the supreme soul, that Paramatman, from whom that we all came, movable, immovable, chara chara on this planet. What do we need to do? Where is the energy that launches you to the final abode? It's right here in your own body. You need to do internal exercise, that churning process, balancing the energy, activating your seven chakras, and finally be at the seventh chakra, realizing, realizing that ultimate Paramatma. That's what one needs to do. Okay, so what do we do now first? Where is the knowledge? You can find the knowledge in Gita, in Yoga Vasistam, in Vedas, and also you can find in Upanishads all the knowledge in order to perform that internal churning process, like the demons and devatas churn the ocean in order to get the wealth back, for Indra to rule all devatas and administer the whole universe to the planets, including Earth and the Earthlings. So, there the devatas defeated the demons, got the nectar of immortality. That's what you want to get the immortality. You got to do the same churning process that Samudra Manthan. You got to do right in your body using Pingala Nadi, Ida Nadi on the left, which constitute the autonomous nervous system. These two main nadis, Sun Nadi, Chandra Nadi, Sun Nadi and Moon Nadi, which correspond to the pineal and pituitary glands. This Sun Nadi is the right eye and Moon Nadi is the left eye of the Paramatma. Both these nadis, they wind around like two serpents along the axis of Merudandam. Merudandam is called Sushumna Nadi. Sushumna Nadi consists of three: Vajra Nadi, Chitra Nadi, and Brahma Nadi. Brahma Nadi is the main river through which the balanced life force energy flows up through each chakra, and then it will also merge here in the Bhrukuti as a confluence of Sushumna, Sushumna and Chandra and Surya nadis, whatever flows that cerebrospinal fluid, like the water of three different rivers, confluence. The confluence is done right here in the Bhrukuti. Sangamam, Triveni Sangamam is done right there. Once it is done, then you realize as the Atman energy, not this body though. And then it becomes easier to realize the Paramatma. Okay. How Lord Krishna explained this in his some of the Gita shlokas and also in Uttara Gita post Kurukshetra war when he demonstrated this internal pranayam technique to Arjun upon his request for him to realize the Brahman due to his forgetfulness, whatever was taught. Pre Kurukshetra war between the two opposing forces on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra does means do your duty, whatever duty. It's battling like Kshatriyas, warriors. That is, that is Kuru, and Kshetram is the field of that activity. You've got right here Kurukshetram, and right here you have Dharmakshetra Kurukshetram. That means you evolved, and right here is Dharmakshetram, spiritual arena. That's the main goal. Kurukshetra war does take place every day in your body itself, symbolically reflecting the Kurukshetra war taking place more than 5,000 years ago in Kurukshetra. The same war you find taking place every day in every body. Why? Because you got enemies right here in your body as six main enemies: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madha, and Matsarya, representing the main characters, the evil characters: Duryodhana, Dushasana, Karna, Shakuni, Shalya, Kritavarma. They all constitute Harshadvargas, six enemies within your own body, and then externalizing all your energy through senses, becoming material conscious, turning your back to the God, to your own root, and going through various miseries and maladies in the samsara. The only, the only cure-all is internal pranayam exercise, the churning process, and then activating your kundalini shakti, who is represented by Draupadi, having a lot of energy in dormancy, the potential energy, has to be risen up, awakened, for you to realize your true nature and realize God eventually. So, so a little bit about how the cosmos got created, this Srishti, how did this happen? Paramatman, that absolute God, dreams about the world we live in. All this creation happened with just one monosyllable: Om, the divine sound, the divine word uttered by the Lord Himself, the so called modern times Big Bang. This perishable world happens where you see manifestations in various bodies, various shapes, colors, you name it. They are charachar, mobile, immobile, and the myriad forms of jivas are 8.4 billion that we have, and various material things. Basically, we are made up of panchabhutas as the gross body, and then there are subtleties in our own body. This Ida Pingala Sushumna Nadi system from the 72,000 nadis, also very subtle. You see, you gotta make use of that subtle energy within your own body to get out of this samsara, to repair, to repair all the defects in your body so that you function well. All systems work well. All the endocrine glands express the much needed secretions within your own body for all the systems to function well. Okay, what did Paramatma say in the beginning? He said, okay, what do I do? I am all alone. All this, all this cosmic consciousness, universal consciousness. I need to have something to play with. So he dreams about the cosmos, and then he projects his consciousness onto a prism, and the prism actually holds some, and then some of his energy comes out, reflects, and the word Om also comes out of that, and then from Om, the perishable world appears, manifests in various forms. It is Prakriti, the second energy of Lord. The first energy of God Himself is the soul energy. Soul energy does not manifest unless there is material energy, which is Prakriti, and the soul energy is called Purusha. Purusha and Prakriti, both of them, when they combine, then only manifestation happens. You can see things. Otherwise, the so-called energy is unmanifest, and subtlety is there. Okay, so he said, Sat Tat Om Hari. That means when he said this, first Akash happened. Akash to air, air to Agni, which is fire, fire to water, water condensed to form Prithvi, and then all myriad forms of life occurred. So, reverse way, reverse of reaching him is Hari Om Tat Sat. So you gotta create the same sound within your own body without uttering aloud. Whatever you do by making too much noise, chanting too many mantras, not gonna cut. Internally, in silence, you gotta create that sound. And you can hear that sound when you go through this churning process, churning of Pingala and Ida around the Sushumna axis. Sushumna axis is the main river, as the main serpent. Okay, the energy actually is in the form of the main serpent in dormancy. When you do the churning process, your apana and prana get balanced. That's the main goal. Okay. Apane juhati pranam prane panam tatha pare pranapana गति रुद्ध्वा प्राणा प्राणापान गति रुद्ध्वा प्राणायाम पारायणाः प्राणापान गति रुद्ध्वा प्राणायाम पारायणाः आ आ स्पर्शान् कृत्वा बहिर्बाह्यान् चक्षुश्चैवान्तरभ्रुवो प्राणापानौ समौ कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ प्राणापानौ समौ कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ आ आ Let's get to the third shloka, in which Lord Krishna illustrates, suggests us as to how to hold your body in order to perform this churning exercise, internal pranayama. Samam kayam shirogrivam dharayan achalam sthira समं कायं शिरो ग्रीवं धारयन् अचलं स्थिरा सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रम् स्वं दिशश्च अनवलोकयन् सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रम् स्वं दिशश्च अनवलोकयन्. Hold your body, head, neck in a straight position without any kinks, so that the balanced energy flows properly in your body system for cleansing purpose. You need to use Nasabhyantaracharya technique to, to create the vacuum right here and use the uvula, soft palate as a lifting mechanism to draw Apanam and join with Pranam and Pranam with Apanam in the churning process, in the rubbing process, because Pingala and Hida, two serpents, made a braid and made 7 plexus along the Sushumna axis, the main river, Sushumna Nadi. It's like a duplex structure of DNA scientifically. DNA is the one who puts out all the products in the body, all the enzymes, all the system to function well, all the proteins expression. So we have to get out a product, balanced energy for us to launch that energy to realize ourselves, our true nature, and finally realize the God through your own consciousness of spirit, not the body, not the material, not the prakriti, only, only the Purusha aspect, consciousness. There is nothing except the consciousness, cosmic consciousness, universal consciousness of the God, and your individualized consciousness with your own body. Within your own body, then Paramatman consciousness is there. He is a witness, noting down all your activities, your karmas, and evil. He will deliver to you those karmic reactions that you face in this life or the next life. There is no escape until you dissolve all the karmic reactions through yoga agni sadhana. That's how you can dissolve all your defects in the body, obstructions, because because you externalized your consciousness, your energy. You have to get it back, recover it, reclaim it, so that you can be face to face with God, uniting with Him. That's the main goal, so that you never come back to this planet unless and until He decides to send you on a particular mission to re-establish dharma on this planet. Okay, so how do you do this? So you choose a mudra, a gnana mudra like this, and then place on your thighs, and then try to take up, draw up as you draw water from a well using a rope and bucket. There's a lot of energy right there. You try to, you know, draw it up and try to mingle, join the prana energy right there in your bhrukuti, in the third eye chakra. So you have to do the repetitious process in order to balance the apanam and prana energy. That life force energy needs to be balanced. So you draw it up by creating vacuum right here using the soft palate as a lifting mechanism, lifting platform, and then you draw it up. Nothing to do with external oxygen inhalation and exhalation of the carbon dioxide. Okay? Nothing to do. You shed everything. You shed all your senses. ears, eyes, nose, tongue, everything you have to lock out. All concentration on your breath. And right here in the Brukuti, you have to fix your gaze right here, your mind, focusing on the shwasa, that breath, top of the breath, indeed, and then fixing your gaze. Very important, two things. Okay, so let's do this. You gotta do this repetitiously, maybe 50 times. It may take half an hour, 20 minutes, 1 hour, 3 hours. 50 times. Why? Because in Sanskrit alphabet, you have 50 letters, and each chakra number of, has number of petals on its lotus flower. Each chakra as a plexus is represented as a lotus flower. In the Mooladhara chakra, you have a lotus flower where it contains 4 petals, and the next one, Swadhisthana chakra, has 6, and the next one, the Manipura chakra, which is solar plexus chakra, has 10 of them. Okay? And then Anahata chakra, heart chakra, has 12 of them. And then Vishuddha chakra, okay, has 16 of them. And then your Agna chakra, third eye chakra, has only 2 of them. But your 2 different places, Agna plus and Agna minus, is the medulla oblongata. For each chakra, in order to penetrate that energy reaching 2 different locations, you need energy, balanced energy. So that's how you have to repeat this churning process based on the number of the petals at each plexus or lotus flower petals. Sahasrara chakra, on the other hand, has maximum number 1000 petals. Would you like to do 1000 petals? That much time? Yes. 1000 petals, that means 1000 breaths up and 1000 actually, in inner exhalation 1000 times. That means 2000 times you can do up and down. When you are doing this exercise, you know, drawing up energy up is called internal inhalation, which is purakam, and then you deposit for a while, like pausing. That becomes actually actually kumbhakam, and then downward side you do again, that is called rechakam, that means exhalation internally, and then pausing is again the lower kumbhakam. It's a repetitious process, like I said many a times. Okay, so once you deposit there, you get into your meditation uh, process. So that balanced energy from your Bhrukuti, it goes down and then activates the Kundalini Shakti, which has enormous amount of energy. So you choose a mudra as a linga mudra like this, but your thumb has to actually touch your navel like this. Okay? Or you can place on top of each other your palms and then go to the meditation process. So meditation process you can do like this. You can do this for half an hour, 1 hour, 3 hours, however much time you have and stamina you have, and the shraddha that you have. It all depends upon that. Okay? So that's how the Kundalini Shakti in the form of the main serpent gets stimulation there, and then it rises up. During rise up, it doesn't go all the way, all of a sudden in one stroke. It has seven chakras. So it has to penetrate through those. There are some obstacles right there. So those obstacles have to be dissolved. That means you have given the energy in the form of motion, that vibrating energy. For one to maintain one's body, you need about 100 watts of electricity. And we have 2000 kilocalories of energy in our body for us to maintain. But you see, double that of energy is needed initially to activate your Kundalini Shakti. So you balance energy has that much energy to activate. And then from there, the 200 watts, it becomes 400 watts you need at the second one. At the third one, you got actually 800 watts of electricity, that energy, balanced energy. And then you need 1600 here at the Anahata chakra, along the spinal column. And then at the Vishuddha chakra, you need 3200. Okay, and then you need here at Agna chakra 6400 watts of energy. That much energy is needed. You get from this by doing the, you know, pranapana, mingling, joining them together, balancing them. You generate a lot of energy. That means you are reclaiming energy from Muladhara chakra and depositing there, and you use that energy to activate your Kundalini. Okay, so consciousness, all in all, you are elevating your consciousness. For consciousness, you need energy. Consciousness is the symptom of your soul. Soul is nothing but your consciousness, your bliss, your awareness, your eternal existence. That's what it is. You are playing with it by performing this churning process. You're getting hold of your own life force energy. That prana makes you, keeps you alive, however long you live. After leaving the body, it merges into Panchabhutas. You don't know anything. So while you are alive, you do this yoga sadhana. Create that yoga. Get rid of all your defects, all your maladies. Make your systems function well at their optimal level so that you realize yourself and God realization also occurs in this very life before you leave your body and serve at the lotus feet of that Paramatma, that absolute God, or the personalized God like Rama, Krishna, Shiva, etc. So herein, herein we tap the energy from Apana. We deposit it right there, and the required energy goes there with its energy, that motion, that push, you get Kundalini activated. So all this is that energy is coming from the cosmic energy. It enters our body through medulla oblongata, and it goes to the thalamus, hypothalamus, and then it goes down the sushumna also. All this to activate your cerebrospinal fluid flow. Until that flow happens equally in a balanced way, our systems do not work well. As a result, we suffer from many diseases, physiological and psychological diseases. So, the panacea is right there in your The cure-all medicinal pill is right here within your own body. Let's make use of it. And you see, little bit about the sun who sustains our life. Sun is the right eye of the Paramatma, and moon is the left eye of the Paramatma. Whatever sun does, the moon undoes within your own body. Because sun is very active, it will make you externalize your energy, becoming full of desires and all, accomplishing worldly goals. But on the other hand, moon undoes that, makes you relaxed. As a result, we need to balance this. Then you will become sattvic. You will operate under sattvic nature, goodness mode. Otherwise, sun makes you rajasic, externalizing all your energy. And if it is moon alone, then it will make you tamasic, very well relaxed, procrastinating, in performing your duties, becoming a sloth-like, lazy, lethargic, all those. So that's why you have to balance. Become sattvic. Balancing energy is sattvic. So, sun, whatever you see, this light, what is this light? What's happening in sun? Sun is the one creating all the this light energy that we are able to see, and plants are able to make the food materials and providing us for us to consume. It is nothing but sun is full of gases and all the elements, mainly about 73% or 75% is hydrogen gas, and the rest, almost three-fourths, is helium, and then 2% actually is the other elements that chemists know through their periodic table, 130 or something. Okay, all of them get made in the sun due to nuclear fusions of various atoms. From hydrogen, it gets converted to helium. When hydrogen gets converted to helium, you know, 4 million tons, 4 million, 4.26 actually, tons of that energy is externalized. That's what we see, that bright sun and the rays reaching us to sustain life on this planet through the very right eye of the Paramatma. Use that Pingala Nadi as the sun and then Ida Nadi as the moon to balance, because due to the churning process you got to do that. You see now where we are getting the energy from, that 4.26 million tons per second, huge. That's only a fraction of that you're getting. Rest of it is converted into helium atoms, and from helium to other higher molecular weight or atomic number elements. All of them get made, and you see we are condensed with the mixing of all these things in various reactions. We contain most of the elements, but basically five gross elements. But in the beginning, they are actually subtle elements. There is there is a gross body, and then there is subtlety in your own body which you cannot see. But when you realize, when you have the right divine knowledge, you can see it. Everything is possible. Lord Krishna wants you to be like him. That's why it is Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi. I am Atma Brahman, your own soul. is part and parcel of that super soul. That's how Upanishads, Vedas suggested you are that. Tattvamasi, you're nothing but that consciousness. All of these different bodies and all you're displaying on this planet, going through some samsaric miseries, maladies, because of your karmic reactions. So, time to dissolve all your sins, make use of this internal pranayam. So, a little bit about more energy. What is energy? Energy is nothing but vibration. It's a material in its infinitesimal form and its vibration. That is energy. To make use of that energy, Purusha is there. Purusha is not material, but it is the number one energy of the Supreme Soul. Purusha, no mass, no neutrons, no electrons, no subatomic particles. Prakriti, yes. Nucleus is there, protons, neutrons, electrons, making various things, bodies and all. But you see, in order to manifest in certain form, in color, all of them, you need both of them together to run the Prakriti. So, what is there all in all in this cosmos is just one. That means that consciousness, that God, that Paramatma, nothing else. Everything else is untruth. Everything else is kshetra. It is the field of activities. Kshetragna is the lord of the field. That consciousness, that Atma, that soul, that's the consciousness. All in all, you have to liberate your soul from Prakriti, this body. Prakriti means that body. Then it will fly like a free bird on its own without any body and unite with God. That's what is yoga. Are you ready to be in yoga with that Lord? Why not? This is only the opportunity which you can make use of. So, all this, all this is interpreted. Our brain, our soul uses the brain as an instrument, very sophisticated instrument. Brain is the one, it interprets energy first. Nothing but energy. It does not interpret the collected information. Information follows later when the brain analyzes the energy and puts out as information and then passes from one cell to another for you to react, for you to understand. So, all in all, it is the energy that is analyzed by the brain. It is the actualized energy from motion to the resistance, from motion to tension. Always there is a tension, right? Then what is when it pushes that tension, that resistance, what is the actualized energy that is output to the second point, all the way to the Sahasrara chakra? That's what is the actualized energy turning into consciousness, lower consciousness to the higher consciousness in your brain. Okay, so that is why material energy in the form of brain, and then the soul energy, the Purusha, which activates all this. Both are necessary. Both are necessary. So let's do this before it is too late. I hope that you gather further salient features of this internal pranayam for you to adapt in your own life every day, for you to get rid of all the maladies and experience that real peace and bliss. Hari Om, Om Shanti, Krishnam Vande Jagadguram, Swasti.